And it's when? Where? Good luck with that. Oh, hey, welcome to the Car Connection Workshop. Just looking for stuff that has to be worked on. Haven't found it yet. But anyways, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. So thanks for stopping by. We're working on a ML350 Mercedes. I think it's a 9. I think it's an 09. Doesn't matter. This is a second one, second family. See this here? You can't let this stuff go. And I'm going to tell you why. Because under here, this is the stuff you have to know, folks. I'm just going to walk you through it. Is if I, Motormouth, can't find stuff, I can see it, but getting to it is going to be a huge challenge. You probably might want to ask your tech, what's it going to cost me to have you work on this stuff before you buy it? I said, because this is a diesel. And the owner has no idea about owning a diesel, what that means. In their mind's eye, this isn't a problem. It's a diesel. They're maintenance free. You just put diesel in it and you drive it. So I'm going to educate you a little bit. This can't be let go. And I'll talk to you about that in a moment. None of this. This can't be let go. It matters. You got a diesel in here. So if you think, folks, I'm a diesel tech. I have my diesel license. I work for Mack Trucks of Canada and for Peterbilt of Ontario. And I've been a diesel tech for many years. I have a 310T. My endorsement, my diesel endorsement. This is your engine. And if that looks crowded to you and you're looking at it and you go, what the hell is that? You should not buy it. Because everything I see here is nothing but money. Money, money, money plus money. If you're that person that just drives your vehicles into the ground, this is not for you. If you're that person that is lousy and you suck at vehicle maintenance, this is definitely not for you. And unfortunately, the fella that owns this, he doesn't know anything about anything when it comes to diesels. Everything has to be sealed. Everything, he doesn't put any lubricity in the fuel because he doesn't understand what that means. And I've explained it, and I even gave him product, but he doesn't put it in. So at some point, the diesel injection pump will smash itself to pieces because there's no lubrication in the diesel fuel anymore. And it needs that lubrication. So they took the sulfur out of diesel many years ago. Best thing you could do if you're thinking you're going to buy a diesel powered vehicle is go to the nearest truck shop, go to the trucker's lounge and buy him a coffee or a Western sandwich and sit and get educated about diesel engines. And you ask a trucker, oh, do I ever have to do any maintenance on a diesel engine? Here's the injection pump right here is where it begins. It doesn't end there. And he'll look at you and he will educate you in probably less than 5 minutes. So where's the turbo? Turbo's back here. In this turbo, the bottom of the engine at the back has got oil. There's oil. There's oil on the floor in the shop. Where's the problem? The rear oil seal's going out of the turbo. So that's where the turbo is. Where are the injectors? Beats me. They are in here. There's the fuel rail. There's the other fuel rail. This is a 6-cylinder. There's control items in here somewhere. There's one down here. There's one here. I've changed those on the gentleman's other car. It wouldn't accelerate. There's your engine filters. One here, and they are absolutely brutal to get the covers off and get the covers out and get the filters out. It's a project. I got to do the fuel filter. Where is it? And this stuff is not acceptable. Look, why? Because the engine needs to breathe oxygen from all areas. It's not even plugged in down here. It's not even into its pipe right here. It's totally broken. Totally. It has to be like this one. Can't be any cracks in it or anything. On a diesel, there is nothing that you can let go and use the term for now. No, sir. It will eat you alive money-wise. You are not going to save a single dime buying yourself a diesel and thinking it's maintenance-free because it's a diesel. Diesel engines need a ton of maintenance all the time. If you don't stay on top of it, you will not survive the cost that comes with it. So I thought we'd spend a few minutes just showing you, if this looks cluttered to you and tight, you're right, it is. So to work on this means a lot more labor, a lot more money, just to get to the components that will need service. So where's the fuel filter? The fuel filter is somewhere under here. So I have to take this whole plenum out and then some to get to it. It's buried right down somewhere in here. Same as his other one. And here's the thing, folks. That fuel filter, it doesn't last a lifetime. That needs to be changed. When I say a regular basis, twice a year would be better. Once a year, well, you're playing the roulette wheel, because if there's any water in the diesel that you buy or in the tank, you need that fuel filter. It has a water separator on it to pull the water out of the fuel, but it doesn't mean it holds it forever. And if water's getting into the injection pump, it'll blow the injection pump to smithereens, because it needs lubrication. And again, if you're not putting lubricity back into every tank of fuel, not once in a while, not when you feel like it, not when the mood strikes you, if you're not putting a lubricity factor additive into the fuel, it's just a matter of time before this thing eats your bank account for you. Because an injection pump on this car is probably going to be about $12,000. Yeah, so are you going to save the car, or are you going to say, no, I'm not going to fix that. Now it's not worth anything to anybody. Who cares how the body is? You got a diesel engine that's dead. And what else has happened from that? So if the injection pump grinds itself to pieces inside because there's no lubricity in the fuel. I can't stress that enough. There is zero lubricity in the fuel from the pumps. You have to put it in. The dealers won't even tell you this because they want to make money. You have to put it in. Ask a trucker. Go to the truck stop, sit and have a coffee with a trucker, and he's going to tell you what he has to do to his diesel engine in his truck when he fills up. He has to put lubricity in there, or the injection pump will grind itself to a pulp. Now, all those metal filings are going to go in through every single injector, which is buried in here. You're talking more money, and not little money. We're talking big money. So would I buy something like this, and I'm a diesel tech? Absolutely no. No plus no times no divided by no, no. I don't want to work on it. And I see lots of money here, and this is not a brand new one. This is an old one, and it's going to get to the point where something big will let go, and then it's over. And it's already starting. The underneath of this car, this SUV, is covered in oil, and the rear seal on the turbo is going. That will not self-heal. And it's not going away, and it has to be dealt with, because here's the problem. When the rear seal goes out of the turbo and it's leaking oil, at some point the turbo starts to suck that leaking oil into itself. The engine takes off. It runs on its own. and the RPM goes way up because, and even if you go to shut it down, it won't shut down because it's sucking the oil into a hot diesel engine and it combusts it, and it's called runaway. And there are some videos that you can look up on YouTube's. I just watched one last month where the truck was in the shop, a big diesel truck, and the engine took off. It went into runaway mode, and the guys didn't know what to do. And I'm going, grab your snuff board. Oh, you probably don't even have one on the side of your toolbox. Oh, do you have a filter wrench handy for emergencies? It's like a fire extinguisher. Two things, a filter wrench and a snuff board. The snuff board's just a piece of plywood about the size square of my hand, and I'm going to get the intake off the turbo, and I'm going to slam that right on there, and it'll suck it and hold it there, and it'll shut that engine right down. It's called a snuff board. You're going to snuff it out. If that doesn't work, you grab your filter wrench, you run to the fuel filter, you throw that wrench on and just start ramming it like this, and two hands spin that filter off and just let it fall to the ground, and the engine will shut off. They let the thing run away, and to the point where it blew itself up, it started on fire, and it burnt right to the ground outside of the shop. And I looked at that and I go, those guys have no idea what they're working on. So that's what you have to understand, is this is an animal that if you have no idea about it whatsoever, you should not touch it whatsoever. It's a Blue Tech, it's a diesel engine. It's not a gasoline engine, it's not a rinky-dink entry-level gas-powered car that you throw away every 5 years. This thing is a machine. Just like a highway truck, it's a diesel pumping machine that it's going to educate you very quickly. You're not getting a deal. You're not saving a ton of money because the diesel's cheaper and it gets good mileage. It's the maintenance going to take you out. And when you don't do the maintenance, you know what? You're going to have a really good looking shell, but the engine is baffed. Done. So when John comes back to pick this up, I have to tell him his turbo seal's going, because when the turbo starts sucking the engine oil in, and it sucks it right out of the oil pan. So that becomes the turbo's gas tank. So when you shut the engine off, you go, well, I shut the fuel off, but it's still running. It's sucking the oil out of the oil pan until there's nothing left, and that engine won't shut off until the motor oil is all gone. So these are the things you have to understand. Is, again, if you're lousy at maintenance on a gasoline engine, this is not your homework here. Don't sign up for this class, because everything I touch as a diesel tech on this is hard to get to, and there's lots of things that have to come off before you can even get there. And you also can't have contaminated fuel, you can't have aerated fuel, you can't have oil leaks on it, you can't have air leaks like this on it, you can't have this not disconnected. It needs to breathe, and when it doesn't, it burns the engine out in the cylinders. The cylinders get too hot, and the engine's not getting enough oxygen, and it'll burn itself out in no time flat. So I just thought I'd share that stuff with you before a lot of you go and buy a diesel because you think it's never going to need service. I'm going to get great fuel economy. It's going to take your lunch money, your milk money, and your savings. So till next time, think and think again before you just make a decision to buy a diesel-powered vehicle. You are going to need to do a lot of homework and get your eyes opened first, because I've seen this happen to families many times. Someone says, oh yeah, I get a diesel, it's all good, you never have to touch it. No, you have to touch it all the time. They demand service. They're high maintenance. They're high service maintenance. And what does that mean? I'll leave you with this. Doesn't mean you drive it till something goes wrong. You don't. My question to you would be, where's the thermostat in here? What's this thing here? What are these things? What's that? What's this thing? What are these things down here? And can you get to that? I'll tell you, I've been down there. to change a controller. It's not a pretty thing, and the other one is back here. I've changed one of those. That's it. It's just that's a nightmare. Yeah, it's a nightmare, and you won't drive this thing and put 300,000 kilometers or 400,000 or even 100,000 kilometers on without putting money into this animal right here, because it's going to demand it. We'll see you in the next one. I hope I made your day. Yeah, you want to buy an ICE vehicle, internal combustion engine powered vehicle. We'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and follow, and help us to get to our first 1,000 subscribers. So check your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. And thank you to our program partners, and perfect timing on the compressor. We are working in the shop. Thank you for giving our program partners your business. City Auto Sales and Leasing, our certified financial planners, Tony Miele, Larry Ticho, 50 years experience as fiduciaries with IG Wealth Management, and Kathy, Dave, and Dan Grimo at Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931. There's your oil filter if you were wondering. It's right there. Your oil filter is right there. And it can't be leaking either, so no air leaks, no fuel leaks, no oil leaks, zero all the time. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.